They just got here to Disneyland and they've never, ever been to Star Wars Land. Are you going today?
Yes.
Are you going today?
Yes.
What ride are you gonna ride?
I don't know.
Rise of the Resistance. It's 8 a.m. I can't believe how crowded it is here already. We're here at Disneyland in California and we're gonna go check out Star Wars Land today, comparing the Star Wars Land here in California to the Star Wars Land that I went to about a year ago in Florida. I'm trying to find the Millennium Falcon right now. It's the Millennium Falcon. If you're interested in Disney and Star Wars Land, this video is for you. When you first walk in and you get to the castle, make a left at Frontierland. There's a couple ways to get into the Star Wars Land. One is behind Big Thunder Railroad. The other is over by the Haunted Mansion. I'm pretty excited to see what this looks like compared to the Florida one because, you know, Star Wars and all. I know a lot of people might not notice this kind of stuff. The detail to the construction of these fake rocks is pretty incredible. They nail it when they do the theming of these things. And just like this, you start to get the Star Wars vibe as you come out of the rock and into a whole nother world. You know, it's definitely a different layout, but it's a similar setup. Like these droids are also in the Florida setup. And just like in Florida, they have this stage up here where I assume at some points during the day, we're gonna have stormtroopers coming out and doing some kind of skits. Although a lot of things are the same, some of the things are slightly in different places, but the general layout of the two parks are almost identical. The one in Florida had the same store in the same spot, but we had to wear masks and only a certain amount of people could go in the store at once to see all these critters. This is the book that you get in the marketplace. There's different animals and tentacles and things you're trying to look for. Something cool for the kids. The restaurant has like all these fake critters like it's food they're cooking for you to eat. I want to interrupt real quick and give you another tip about the lightning lane stuff. If you are on the fence and you're thinking about doing it, do it early. Do it early as you can. It ended up saving us so much time, and if we had done it earlier, we probably would have rode everything we wanted to. So I would highly recommend, if you're even considering it, just do it early. The lines are so much shorter, 5-10 minutes versus hours. This is such a similar layout to Florida that even right here where I'm standing, you can see this big open area. In Florida, they had a bunch of little tables to sit down on, and we actually kicked it here to try to get booked on the Rise of the Resistance. So far, I don't see a huge difference on which Star Wars park is better. They seem to be almost identical, which is probably a good thing for you because you can just go to whichever state you want to and see Star Wars Land. This is incredible. They just opened up Rise of the Resistance. Oh crap, there's still a line. We're gonna get on it. It's happening. One of the coolest rides I've ever been on in my life. For sure, be prepared for a long ass line for this ride. It is one of the most interactive rides that makes you feel like you're part of this story that I've ever ridden in my life. That was absolutely incredible. So if you can do this ride, do this ride. It's not like a roller coaster. It's just a crazy, badass experience. This is still part of the line, but it's actually where the ride begins, sort of. Check out the X-Wing behind me. Now we board what they call the transport, which is where the real ride starts afterwards, but it's also sort of a second line. Pretty trippy.
Destroy us. We can't. We're caught in the tractor beam.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
So badass. All the stormtroopers, so intimidating. So cool. So it's like a line that's a ride, that's a ride, that's a line, that's a ride. It's crazy interactive. And from this point, you're prisoners in the ride.
And I will take it from you.
We are needed on the bridge.
Keep the prisoners here. I will return to finish this.
Once they put you in jail, then you get broken out and the ride actually begins. It's pretty cool.
the resistance. Your escape pod.
That is the ride I came for. I can leave now happy. So now I've just ridden the Rise of Resistance. I did it at Florida. I did it here. The biggest difference between the two is that Florida is so humid that I was just drenched in sweat while I was waiting for the ride. Here, even though it's mid-July, the weather is actually pretty nice. There's a slight breeze. It's hot, but it's nothing like it is in Florida. Besides that, those two rides are almost identical. If you're looking for that ride specifically, you're not gonna get one park that outdoes the other. So if you're more of a Florida kind of person, you're good. If you're more of a California kind of person, you're good. Let's go explore the rest of Starwars Land right now before my buddy gets here and we see his reaction, because he's never been to either one. One thing I didn't really notice when I was in Florida is little details like tracks in the ground from creatures. It's like a womp rat. I totally missed them when I was in Florida, but there are all kinds of little tracks in the ground. The attention to detail that Disney does that is sort of mind-blowing. My buddy Ralph probably hates that I'm gonna be filming all this. Just showed up, headed back into Starwars Land. Ralph hasn't been to Disneyland in how long? 20 years, you said?
22.
We're just focusing on Starwars Land and the differences not only between Florida and here, but his first impressions. This is where we're gonna see the excitement, because this is also a Star Wars nerd. Favorite movie?
I want to say Empire.
Empire Strikes Back. You can't argue with
Well,
that.
I've seen it in the movie theater, so that's why.
Most would agree that it's the best Star Wars movie made. Ends on a sad note. Han's in carbonite. Luke loses his hand. How do you beat that?
That is so freaking rad. Seeing this right in person.
Oh, and this isn't even the Millennium Falcon. This
I
is
know.
just the X-Wing. When you see the Millennium Falcon for the first time and you're a Star Wars nerd, your balls drop. It's amazing. Oh, it's tiny. It's like a little kid size. I don't think it fits me. Definitely cool for your kids. If you have kids, they have all these helmets that are not adult sizes whatsoever. Look at his smile, man, that he's got. That's because you're like stepping into what feels like the Star Wars universe. The way it's decorated, the way the things are draped across the ceiling, and the cloths, everything about it makes you immersed into that universe.
It's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Something that just tripped me out as I walked by one of the cash registers is look at the attention to detail to the credit card reader. If I had more room in my bag, I would buy this. Ralph's first view of the Millennium Falcon. Kodak moment, right?
Can't get any better than this.
Yes, it can. It's got the little ramp, just like in
But I saw someone walk up
Star Wars. This Smugglers Run ride is piloting the Millennium Falcon. We are going to ride both of the Star Wars rides while we're here. It's like a lot of painted PVC pipe for a lot of these pipes, but the way they painted it, it looks like steel and iron and just battle damage and wear and tear. On the underside of the Millennium Falcon, it almost looks like there's a drive shaft that they installed as one of the pieces there. So if you do come out here, don't just look at it and go, wow, Millennium Falcon. Take a minute. Look at the time and artwork that was put into making this thing look the way that it looks. Here's a little question for all you Star Wars people out there. You see the antenna on the Millennium Falcon? Sort of rectangle. Wasn't the original one round? Did it break off and they replaced it in one of the episodes? If you know, if you remember, let me know in the comments below. Probably gonna have to get the lightning lanes. The rides are now like 2 hours at the Rise of the Resistance, 70 minutes at this one, versus 10 minutes in the lightning lane. It just sucks. There's two different passes to get Rise of the Resistance and the regular one. It's just not all one. Everyone wants to ride the Rise of the Resistance. It's well worth it. It's the coolest ride in the damn park right now, even though it's not a roller coaster. So that's 40, 45 bucks on top of the 150 or whatever I paid for the tickets. Crazy. That's my first green R2. I sort of like them. And just like at the Florida park, the milk, the blue milk, green milk, is just down from the Millennium Falcon. We're gonna try the blue and the green and see how our reactions compared to what my reaction was over a year ago, the first time we drank them with the family in Florida. Thank you. Okay. Green titty milk, blue New Hope milk.
What is it?
I like the blue. It's thick.
Face coverings must
Okay,
fully
green titty
cover
milk.
your nose and mouth.
It's
and
just
be worn at all times. Except
not as good as the blue milk. Why do I keep drinking it? It actually tastes different than the one in Florida. Strange. I figured they taste exactly the same as the Florida location. Let's get Ralph's reaction to both of these before I tell about mine.
It's different. It's interesting. It's not bad at all. It's almost like coconut, but some other flavor I can't really pick up on. It looks more yellowish than green.
So let me try the blue.
The blue tastes better, but this still does taste good. Kind of a blueberry, like a more fruity flavor, yeah.
Year and a half later, start with the green. I did not like the green in the old video. Now let's try it at the West Coast, Starwars Land. The smell, I remembered instantly, but it tastes better here. I didn't like the green at all, and I'm actually going for a second sip. I even switched it around in my mouth. It's got a weird aftertaste though. When I did the blue, my reaction was it sort of tasted like soap. Now that you said it tastes like soap, it tastes like soap. There's still a little bit of a soapy taste to it. It's definitely fruitier. Your green milk is more frosty, which makes it taste better. Blue, oh, I just got brain freeze. Oh, I wouldn't go out of my way to like drive to Disneyland just for some blue or green milk, ever. But if you are here and you are a Star Wars fan, you gotta try them. The blue milk was in the original New Hope.
I don't think he exists anymore. He died about the same time as your father.
You knew my father?
And the green milk, if you can't remember, that was the titty milk that Luke just slurred that down in the new Star Wars movie. Yeah, you go, Luke. You just missed the girl you were looking for. So as she stays in character, the troopers stay in character, they go back and forth, pretending like she's hiding, looking for her. It's pretty cool. You can have an IQ under 70 to be a stormtrooper. All the things I've seen at both Disneylands, I don't know why, that just hanging out with R2 right next to me, beeping like that, this made my day. The ass end of the Millennium Falcon, sort of a nice sight to see. Strange as that sounds. We're getting on Smugglers Run right now. We're on the Millennium Falcon right now, and it's just as exciting as the first time. We're in the Millennium Falcon. We're in it. I'm a one-armed engineer. We're gonna die.
On the stick to fly up and push forward to fly down.
You like that? That was pretty well. You like this one? Which one sucks compared to the other one? If you ride the Rise of the Resistance first, then you come over and do this one, you'll be a little let down, I think. We had a little bit of a scare. We thought Ralph wasn't getting to ride the Rise of the Resistance.
So bad.
They had it closed for like half an hour. They weren't sure when it was going to be open. We fast passed it. We're in. We're like 10 people back, headed up to the front. We're going to be on this. You're going to get to see Ralph's reactions to what I find as the most interactive, fun ride in this park that's not a roller coaster.
Turn right. You're not authorized. Wait, it goes to the prisoners.
That's so different. It's different than the last time I did it. That's cool looking up. Whoa.
Rad. That was so rad. Oh, that was awesome.
What was so rad about it?
That was awesome.
It's like interactive as hell, right?
Yeah.
It's like for half a second, you're in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Heroism, the
Awesome.
location of the resistance.
Really awesome.
Third time riding it. Third time. And I found out that there are two different cars that go, which I knew, but they have a different track that brings you through a different experience. Like for example, I'm a little bummed he didn't get to experience where we go through the AT-ATs, which is mind-blowing when you go in and you see the AT-ATs sitting there, right? Yeah. Or some people call them AT-ATs. Typically the ones I've ridden in before are the ones that go back behind it and it goes up and you're face to face with the face of the AT-AT and it blasts at you and things sort of explode. The way we went was different. The people in the door, remember?
Yeah, we saw the side of them.
Yeah, so the side door was open in the AT-AT and they were like, and I think they shot blasters at us, but I can't remember.
So much happens so quick. It's just like so much to take in. I think if I went on it twice, I'd be able to pick up on it better because it was so much. When there was an explosion, like part of the wall blew off and like it looked like it was there and then it was gone, you know?
Yeah, and not to mention the one where Kylo Ren is behind us and it blows up behind him like out to outer space and it like you feel the suction of the air rust by you like it's actually a hole in the wall of the spaceship. So much that happens so fast. Definitely a must ride, whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, I'd say.
One of the best rides here.
Unless you're just a roller coaster fanatic and then, well, then you wouldn't be at Disneyland anyways. You'd be at Six Flags Magic Mountain. You know, as I was saying in another video you guys might have just watched when I met my buddy Steve Carpenter who follows the YouTube channel, that is one of the coolest things about YouTube is meeting people that follow the channel, and it's even cooler when they're little guys like these two little dudes right here and they're making their own YouTube channel and you can take the time to explain to them how to make the stuff, what they need to do to make things better. Do both of you have a YouTube channel or just you?
Just me, a little tiny one.
What is your YouTube channel?
Amongst the Chickens.
And what kind of content do you do?
I usually film about my chickens and my cousin.
You guys heard that? Chickens and his cousin. Go check him out. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel, or will be soon if you're not. You guys have a great day. Enjoy Disneyland. I think with that, we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, leave a comment below so I know if you enjoyed this and you wanna see me travel and check out more crazy places. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, Ralph, I appreciate it.
Hey, man, thank you.